Hi, my name is Montana and I am with TNG Agency. I got discovered through going to an open call when I was 16 years old, and I've been with TNG ever since, and I'm 22 years old now. My current representations are TNG Agency as my mother agency, as well as I am placed in New York and LA with state model management. Some bookings I've had throughout my career have been with Way, Tilly's, Maybelline, and Cassie Beach House. Way for me is a hair product company, but it was a dream job. I have always loved their products, and all I could afford was their hand soap. So being able to actually model for them and use their actual hair products was a dream come true. And I was also staying in LA at the time, so it really just felt like I was in the right place at the right time. Really positive energy. It was amazing. Tilly's was such a fun shoot, and it came to me really by surprise. I think I got booked the day before, and I had to drive up to Palm Springs for a Coachella shoot, and I never had been to Coachella. I've never been to Palm Springs, so it was all very fun, and I got to pretend like I was going to a festival and work with other models. And the crew was huge, which always makes it more fun. Lots of energy, lots of laughing. And also when a shoot is lifestyle, there's a lot more freedom. It's a little less scheduled. So it really felt like it wasn't work. It felt like just fun. Like I was in Palm Springs trying on different clothes. It's not even a job. It's just a fun day, to be honest. Another job that I had done was with Maybelline, and that shoot was really fun, and I got to go to New York, and I love New York, so having to travel is always exciting. But when you're also working a job in LA, things can get a little hectic, and I happened to have been booked for a job the following day after my Maybelline shoot, so New York and LA in 2 days. And so I was in New York for 17 hours, had to catch my flight, took a subway to the airport, which I've never taken the subway in New York, especially an hour-and-a-half long ride to the airport. And it was just an adventure. It was a little bit scary for me to be in such a new environment by myself on such a time crunch, but it was also a dream come true at the same time because it's Maybelline that I was working for, and how lucky to have been booked the next day in LA. It was a lot of work, but I was very proud of myself afterwards, and it was honestly a career highlight because I just felt so busy, and that's a great feeling to have. Some sacrifices I've had to make being a model is maintaining a flexible schedule to my best abilities, which when you're a college student like me, or just pursuing other certifications, like I am a fitness instructor at the moment and pursuing higher certifications in fitness, I have a lot of education around me that I have to follow. I have homework, practice, and modeling. And then also, it's hard to maintain any other type of 9-to-5 job if I potentially wanted one. And so there's a little bit of risk there, but I also wouldn't have it any other way because there's a beauty in the flexibility of modeling, because I can pursue these other passions of mine while also pursuing my main dream, which is modeling. And yeah, so overall, even though that it can be difficult and there's scheduling conflicts, you always figure them out. They're a little bit stressful, but at the end of the day, you figure them out. And yeah, that's probably the most difficult aspect of modeling. If I were to list some of the worst and best things about modeling, I would say one of the worst for me is the feeling of imposter syndrome. And I think it's just because growing up, I kind of felt like I walked into modeling. My dad kind of pressured me into going to that open call. And so I didn't think it was going to play out the way it did. I had no idea I was going to be doing it for the next 6 years of my life since I was 16, and that I'd be back and forth to LA as often as I am. And it just doesn't, sometimes I get insecure on set and I'm just why am I here? These other models are so beautiful. I'm naturally a very shy person. I don't talk much. And so that's another thing. LA is a very sociable city, I would say. A lot of people know each other, it's very well connected. And so when I was first starting out, growing up in Vegas my whole life and visiting LA that I had never been to, I really felt kind of alone and like I was an imposter. Like, how am I a part of this right now? But I got over it slowly. It happens, it comes back every once in a while, but for the most part, I think I've grown a lot in my confidence, but it was definitely a really big struggle for me. And then some of the best things I would say, going back to how sociable LA is that I've met some of my best friends through modeling and traveling because of modeling. And you meet so many different types of people on set. Like, I met another girl on Tilly's who was going to Vegas, and like she had never been to Vegas, and being from Vegas, I was like, wow, someone actually wants to know about my city. And then there was a nice spark in conversation there. And then I worked with another girl from Chicago, and she was asking me how I liked LA, and she was basically giving me all her new feelings about LA and what she thought about it, and recommendations on food, how to make friends, just like really valuable information that you wouldn't receive on a daily basis if you weren't putting yourself out there in that situation. And so yeah, the people. I love the people you meet on sets and from modeling. Some of my dream jobs would be with any activewear company really, but if I were to get specific, Lululemon is my childhood, it's my high school. When I first started doing cheerleading and just getting into working out in general, which is a huge part of my life now, Lululemon was like what I'd spend all my money on when I had seriously no money. And I still do it. When I have no money, I spend it on Lululemon. So to work with them and do some kind of like activewear shoot, like that would really be a dream. And it fits into my lifestyle as well. So I feel like it's like not only just like an awesome brand, but I'm reflecting a big part of my personality. I think that the biggest piece of advice I would give my younger self who started modeling is that nothing is personal. I think a lot of us are so in our heads. I really am very much in my head. I will have one bad interaction and I'm just like, what did I do wrong? Is it my face? Is it my clothes? Do I not dress well enough? Because again, like, you're surrounded by so many different types of people. You're bound to feel very different from others. And you should just know that nothing is personal. Like, don't take it personal. Don't stress over those little complications, the weird email that can be easily misread because it's text and not real life conversation. Yeah, because I think that I wasted a lot of time doing that, just overreading things, looking too deep into things that are never personal. And modeling is a lot of rejection, and if you're gonna take it personally every single time, it's really not the career for that person, because you will receive rejection and you can only just be your best self. That's all you can do.